just for my benefit, because I haven't even watched F2 this season.
The only battles are in F1 now. You got the kind of the title fight, because Bobby ruined it.
Nah, 28 points.
Yep.
28 points.
You have somewhat of a battle between me and Bunny for third.
I mean, yeah. Well, you have got a battle for third tomorrow.
I'm surprised I'm in third, but I'm a bit annoyed that I got dropped to 8th in Brazil, so now I've lost my top 7 streak.
Right, need to check if we're live. I think we are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
I mean, it's popped up in the Discord.
Good evening, everyone, and probably you've been hearing us talk already. Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to FRL. We are here tonight for F1 22 action. It is F2, it is Season 12, it's round 11, and we've taken the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, of course, from the Yas Marina circuit. My name is James Head, and I'm going to be taking to the stream for tonight. Michael F1 has unfortunately ditched us in the commentary box here to race here tonight, so it is going to be interesting to watch. Joining me in the commentary box, though, for the first time in, well, I think nearly 2 or 3 seasons, potentially, it is Mr. FRL Charlie. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm feeling absolutely wonderful. It's great to be back commentating with you. I think it's been a bit too long. We were supposed to commentate with each other last season, obviously, but I think I got robbed a little bit by getting moved up to F1, but you had the joy to commentate over me instead of commentating with me, I think, which would have been probably better.
Which is better, and people were obviously hearing our conversation there. Like, you are going to be fighting for third in the championship tomorrow as well, along with Bunty, so that should be quite an interesting battle. We are, however, speaking of battles, in for the fight. Yuri has already wrapped up the championship, I believe, so that is literally done. Championship decided, 174 points to his name. However, we've got a big battle going on for second. YouTube Geist there, I should say. Geist there is in second on 103. Ballboy there in third on 92, then Edzak in fourth on 80, Ivo in fifth, who I believe is not racing tonight, in fifth on 68, GTA Gamer in sixth on 62. Some of these guys you might have been familiar with looking on board for F2 and F1 this season. Texrex in seventh on 59, then Gamer Banana in eighth on 52, Scar the Scottish Goat and the Ferret there in ninth on 46. He's going to hate me for that comment after that one. And Michelle Van Dongen in 10th on 42 points as well. And Charlie, of course, coming in tonight. Yuri already wrapping up the championship. Geist and Ballboy, 11 points separating them coming into tonight. Should be an interesting one, given that Geist didn't race last week and Ballboy finished 5th.
Geist hasn't actually, I think last week was when because he did say after Brazil that he was going to stop racing because the driving standards were apparently terrible. To be fair, Brazil, it was quite the race, but he did say he's not doing any more races for the rest of the season, unfortunately, and Michael Van Dongen has a race ban into this. So Ballboy and Edzak probably take advantage of that and possibly get themselves up into that top 3 by the end of the season.
Yeah, Edzak's probably been the more consistent, I've got to say, in terms of the result. I mean, I'm looking through here in terms of the results. He's had 4 third-place finishes this season, and he's 4th. Given how Ballboy's been so consistent, finishing in the top 5, top 6 pretty much every week, that is why Ballboy is ahead of him currently in terms of the championship. Edzak retired as well in Azerbaijan. He's had a few retirements actually in Monaco and in Brazil as well. Very technical tracks. Abu Dhabi, not so much technical track, of course, here coming into tonight. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is 5.2 kilometres. I need to get a track map because I've totally forgot what kilometres it is around here. I'm normally quite good with this, but we will get the action out on track going very soon indeed. We have got, as you mentioned, qualifying bans, I believe, for Ivo, who has got a qualifying ban, and indeed for another one. Give me a second, I need to get the Discord up. I'm trying to do like 3 things at a time here, so bear with me when my iPad decides to load with all the information. We have got the drivers though out on track. Oh, Stephen and Ballboy, I believe, are the first 2 out on track indeed. One of the Mercedes is, it's old Stephen. That is the first one on track, and already we've nearly had a collision coming through the chicane at turns 8 and 9.
They just want to give us some early action, I think, of Stephen trying to already make an overtake, but it's only qualifying, it's not the race, obviously. If only this was the race, because that would already been a pretty good start for Stephen, because then he'd be in on the podium. As I was about to say, he spun because I thought he was for a second, but no, he didn't. But Zook, as always, he's going to do his first lap on the mediums, which is something that me and him like to actually do together. But Zook, I'd say he's had an up and down kind of season. He sat in 18th in the championship. At the start, it was a bit of a struggle, but throughout the season, I'd say the man has improved. I think his best finish is 5th, and I hope he can get a podium at some point by the end of the season.
Yeah, you'd like to imagine so. He's on that sudden medium compound size. He's the first man out on track now, actually is Zook. GTA Gamer was the other one that's got a qualifying ban with it. Michelle Van Dongen has got a race ban as well because he's accumulated 8 penalty points as a result of an incident last week. Zook coming through the left-hand with turn number 5, down the chicane down the straight into the chicane of turn 6 and 7. We've got yellow flags. Just don't worry about them because it's not Latifi spinning in the Williams in like 2021 and causing Lewis Hamilton to lose his 8th championship. Less we say about that, the better. But Zook coming in toward the left-hander of 6 and then through the right-hander turn number 7. And Zook has been a little bit inconsistent, as you mentioned there, in recent weeks. Belgium as well. I know he had a really poor race in Belgium. Looking to try and improve on that. We'll see what his middle sector is like. It's a 54.1, well off what we normally see from the F1 guys. We should be seeing 51.9, 52 flats coming through there in tomorrow night. As we now come through the right-hander, the triple right, through the marina, where the right-hand side is on the marina, coming down through the right-hander of turn number 12 into the left-hander of turn 13 and 14 underneath the grandstand now at this point. Marina again on the right-hand side. That is the official marina as where it gets it. Yes, Marina Bay, of course. Coming through the right-hander of 15, coming through the right-hander of turn number 16. Yes, I've just said yes, Marina Bay, but I don't care. Zook now on the run to line, 25.7. Not a bad lap there at all, but I think O'Stephen will go quicker, and he does, only by 0.3 of a second though.
Yeah, O'Stephen, the thing with O'Stephen in F2, I don't know why, he likes to do about 5 laps on his soft tyres, so he puts a lot more fuel in, and then for a few more laps he decides to just go for some laps. I think it's just a bit of practice, I guess, from him. But as you can see, JB goes into P1 with a 24.5, but Neil Sano, I don't know what he's doing. Ooh. He's on the hards.
Neil's on a set of hards. I'm assuming if he's literally just came into this off a practice session, he's got no practice whatsoever. I don't blame him, to be honest, for going on a set of hards. However, as Emelike now goes quick, it's 24.1, robbed of the victory last week in Miami in FRL F1. If he didn't catch that, he got robbed by Macho for the race win. Did bring Macho 28 points clear in the championship, however, as a result. But Emelike, fresh from that F1 podium, finished second last week. Absolutely unbelievable drive. Could be one of the favourites, I think, coming into tonight. I think Abu Dhabi will suit him really down to an absolute T.
Yeah, Emil definitely had a fantastic race, which is quite something surprising, I'd say, considering I could have won the race even if I didn't have my little spin. But I'll just move on from last week. But Emil, he's definitely been one of the drivers.
Cassidy spun. Sorry to cut you off.
Where at?
Turn 8 and 9, he was... well, turn 6 and 7, formerly 8 and 9 on the chicane. Spun all the way round. I'm not sure if he got caught on the inside curb. It looked that way. But he is spun and he's not on a lap, unfortunately. But Rackler is, and 53.4 in the middle sector. Shows purple. I wouldn't believe that for 1 second.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have fully believed that. But yeah, Cassidy just, I guess I could just say doing Cassidy things. I don't really know, but I'd say Cassidy, again, he's kind of been like Zook, but at the same time, I'd say Cassidy, he's managed a podium this season, unlike Zook, but he has had a horrid last few races. Austria and Baku, they were good fair races. He got 2nd and 6th. But then after that, for the rest of the races, his best finish in the previous 8 races, his best finish is 8th, and he's retired in 4 of those 8 races. So it's not been the greatest of seasons, I'd say, for Cassidy, but again, he's a quick driver, but he just struggles quite a lot when it comes to consistency, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment, to be honest. I think Cassidy has had his fair share of struggles. I know I've seen him complain quite a lot this season in terms of the driving standards as well, which I don't blame him, to be honest, considering how the driving standards have been sometimes in F2 this season. Cassidy is one of those drivers, though, when he puts it really on the line and when he puts down a performance, he could be one of the quickest drivers actually on the grid. And he needs to believe himself, I think, in that. The guest appearance, by the way, in our championship tonight is Mr. Michael F1, who has got a spinning Red Bull right in front of him. And I believe Michael's actually now either in AI mode or he's not going to go on this run for a set of soft compound tyres. He is so slow to the first sector, I think a snail could go quicker.
That's a bit harsh for Michael making his first race back in FRL, but okay. But no, I think he spun in the final corner, so he's just slowed down and trying to save fuel to take part in another lap. But we forgot to do our top 3 quali prediction, like we always do, me and you, for some reason.
Honestly, I've been forgetting them to do like all season for FRL F1, so don't even worry about that. I'll tell you what, I'll put my neck on the line and say Emalike for Paul. I know it's obvious because he's P1 right now. P2 I'll go for JB, and P3 CPI Yuri. However, Yuri, if I'm not mistaken, could go quicker than Emalike and Rackler, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm going to go a bit more different than you, but got Yuri for pole position for probably the God knows how many times now this season. Then you have Emil. I think Emil will just miss out, but he's definitely going to show potential, I reckon, this race like he did in F1 last week. As for P3, for some reason P3 in all the races has been absolutely... We've had some random drivers in P3, it's been very inconsistent. But I think I'm going to go with VIP. He's shown some potential, I'd say, this season, but he's, again, also struggled a little bit. But I'd say he's been probably one of the better drivers who has probably struggled, I guess you could say. But Edzak, obviously, we said he's fighting for that 2nd or 3rd place in the championship. He goes to 3rd now with a 24.4.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Not sure what the Red Bull's actually doing. You mentioned GTA Game. Oh, he spun and he's nearly put Yuri, his teammate, completely off. That is not good. Let me say, first thing that you do is give your teammate slipstream, which is what he was doing up until he cut turn number 5 and up until he got caught coming out of turn number 5 on the inside. Yuri, luckily, though, was on a lap. There's another spinner coming through turn 3 as well. I think that was the Alpine of Tex Rex, I believe, on an out lap. We'll see Yuri's middle sector, though, coming through right now. 53.3, actually quicker than Rackler by a 1/10 of a second in the middle sector. So this is looking not too bad, actually, from Yuri so far. I don't think it's going to be as quick, though, as Emalike. We'll have to wait and see. He did have a big snap of oversteer as well early on. He's gone way too deep in towards turn number 12. Just about rotates the car nicely through 13 and 14. And that is why he went too deep in towards turn number 12. Puts him off coming through 10-14. That will not be an improvement for Yuri.
Yeah, I'm not surprised coming this pit. I'm surprised the lap wasn't actually invalidated, because I saw him go over the white line. But yeah, Tex Rex and Cassidy, for some reason, decided to go exploring on the exit of turn 3. Michael, though,
wow,
his first race back, P5. I'm sure he'd be very happy with that.
P6 now, because Bullboy's just gone quicker.
Where's Bullboy came from? He's not usually up here. What's going on?
Has he got Daniel Lapp racing from potentially here tonight? Who knows? He's having 3rd though, 24.3. Who? Daniel Lapp. Daniel Lapp, Formula E driver, famously got chucked out of the Race at Home series because somebody else drove on his account.
No, but I don't know who you're on about.
Research it, Google it later, Google it later. I'm sure people in the comment section know what I'm on about, surely. Unless I've just been living in the Stone Age.
Probably that. No, new games. You're talking to a 15-year-old boy, for crying out loud. Are you surprised by this?
Not really, not really. What I am surprised about is Rackler's a 53.9 in the middle sector. He's 4/10 down, oh, and a big snap, and he spun! Rackler spins, that might be rear wing damage potentially on the car as well. GTA Gamer is also retired, of course he's got a qualifying ban, so that's why he's retired down there in 15. And that is why he cut turn number 5, because obviously he wanted to get the setup on. Leslie has retired, and that's coming out of turn number 9. Oh. Is that turn 9? Yeah, turn number 9. Tex Rex just coming up.
Leslie didn't have a front wing. I don't know if was trying to get out of the way of drivers. There were drivers behind him, I believe, as Tex Rex has left the session. I don't know what that's about. To be fair, Tex Rex has had a lot of troubles with connection this season, so I'm not at all surprised there. But Stevens on a lap. He's actually the only one on a lap, so let's see what he can do in 10.
Yeah, let's run on board with him. The Brit now coming through down the old F2 pit straight. GP2 formerly stopped the races here, of course, in Abu Dhabi. So Stephen through the middle sector, 53.5, respectful. He's going to be around Ed Zach Michael sort of area, Neil Zarno, that sort of area, I think. With this, that very wide though, coming out of turn number 9. Normally you take the thin line and then just drag out to the outside. As, unlike old Stephen, he went all the way around the outside base at the other corner, just lost him a bit of time. Coming out through the left-hand of 13 and through 14, and again, a bit of an overcorrection there. It's so difficult to try and get that completely on the limit, given that there's a bump halfway through the corner as well. And old Stephen, really, really lacking in confidence now, coming through the right-hand of turn 16 at the final corner. On the run to line, does still improve, 25.3, 10th improvement, but that could have been a lot quicker. He knows that, I know that, and Emelike knows that, because he's just gone purple in the first sector.
I'm starting to worry that you may have your prediction right now, just considering what I've seen. Theo Stephen, I'm not surprised that he didn't have a lot of confidence, because that is probably Sector 3 is probably the most difficult part of this track because of the new curbs, you could say, on this game, and also you've got that massive bump in the third to last corner, which is super annoying as a driver, and it's just horrible to go through because it is impossible to get through that corner without having any oversteer. But MLEK, coming up towards the end of Sector 2, he is 2.5 tenths up. He's going to break into the 23s if he manages to keep this lap clean. Doesn't run as wide as O'Stephen on the exit there. I reckon he's bound to set at 23.7.
Ooh, I'll go a tenth quicker, given that he's just butchered turn 13 there. I'll go a tenth quicker still and go 23.6. This is like a really competitive lap though. Regardless, it's going to be an improvement from Emelike unless he loses control coming out the final corner on the run to the line.
Oh, not so close.
Call me Mr. James. 23.6.
You do not underestimate Emil. You put him for pole, don't forget.
I did, and I'll tell you why I put him for pole. Given how he did last week in Miami, he should be an F1 driver, realistically. He should be an F1 driver. I think his consistency's been really good throughout the appearances I've seen him in F1. F2, that transition, he's getting better towards the end of the game, and the last person I saw getting better towards the end of a game cycle was Kazizel. And then Kazizel absolutely came alive in the next game cycle, so Emelike could be the man to watch longer term, especially on F123.
I have not heard about Kazizel for goodness knows how long, but yeah, Emil, definitely one of the drivers who's absolutely improved. I think there's a lot of drivers who have improved this season. I think he is probably one of them. I think he probably is the driver that's probably mostly improved, but at the same time, there's also Yuri, because he had a dreadful start to the start of the season. He didn't. I think the first 2 rounds he only had like 8 points, I think, or something. And then after that, he just very wide through there. But after that, he's just been on the. If I'm correct, he's been on the podium every single race after, I think, round 3.
Yeah. He's butchered turn 13 again, and he's hitting the wall. Goodness me, and that's right side end plate damage as well, so Yuri has got to get, he's luckily right at the pit lane pretty much, but if that was any further down the track, say turn 9, for example, he could have been in trouble not to make it out of the pit lane. He could still be in trouble not to make it out of the pit lane. Yuri, this is going to be potentially now, rush, get out. If that damage is more than a minute, he's not getting out on time, because there's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yeah, you're supposed to be up there. I'll put you for pole for a reason. You're the champion of this season. Tex Rex has stopped on track. I don't know why he did that. Probably just warming up the tyres, but I think Zook is on the lap. Oh, well, he was, but he's invalidated it.
Bullboy's to the line, 24-1. Not bad.
Right, Bullboy's normally the person who would wait till the absolute end of the session, would just do 1 lap. Now he's doing laps all the time. Yuri's actually retired.
Yeah.
Is the champion going for a last to first here? Because he's already failed at that because his teammates in last, so that's not going to count, I think, my friend.
Yeah, Humanoid and Cassidy need to get out of the pit lane as well. I think Cassidy's on the exit of the pit lane. Humanoid, I think, is coming out of the pit lane as well. Yes, they both are, I believe. In fact, no, that's Zook coming out of the pit lane there. Humanoid has not come out of the pit lane and is not going to get out of the pit lane either. So Humanoid, I'm not sure if he's got maybe an existing qualifying ban from a different round. and this is his first time coming back. Maybe so. If that is the case, Umanoid is not going to be out on track. Cassidy is, though. He will get another lap in towards the end of the session. We'll see who's on a lap. JB is on a lap, I believe. Rackler's on a lap, and he's 53.3 in the middle sector. Nowhere near Amalike, though.
Yeah, Mill, I just checked, not Mill, I just checked this. See if
oh, Rackler spun!
Rackler!
Full 360, good style!
Yeah, good. He's copying me. He's copying me from Belgium, I think. He's trying to copy my 360. He's getting the early donuts in. But, yeah,
JB.
I think he would have been JB. Yeah, 2 tenths up. It probably won't be enough for Paul, but he can definitely challenge Ball Boy for second. Emil, I'm scared he may set a blistering lap here once it starts it. But JB round the final corner. Doesn't take a lot of curve, but across the line.
Nice.
23.9, it puts him in second.
Yeah, that's a good lap, that is a really good lap, I think, from JB. Michael F1, I believe, is the last to come across the line. He's a tenth and a half up in the first sector. Not going to get excited because he's 17.6 in the first sector as well, which is exactly what Emelike was setting in the first sector. Zook has gone for spin, coming out of turn 14 as well, famously done by Nicholas Latifi in 2021. He's gone for spin there, coming through that left-hand. There's not many improving. However, Neil Zarno, I thought but he's just started up on a run. I was getting excited. He was 9.5 tenths up coming out the first sector. He is 1300 up and dead on with Emelike. We'll see what Michael F1 is doing coming through the middle sector. He's going to be one of the next to come across the line. 53.3 in the middle sector. Well off in the middle sector compared to Emelike. I think Michael will be very fortunate to get ahead of Rackler and Edzak here.
I think Michael would be happy with where he is at the moment because obviously he's not been here for, I want to say almost 2 seasons, if I'm correct, but yeah, I think he's lacking straight line speed, because when I saw him going down the straights, he was not looking extremely quick, but he's taking a lot of curve there around the final corner. He's going to go P3.
Wow. And look at the gap as well, 3 thousandths of a second. 3 thousandths of a second ahead of Ballboy.
He was on the absolute limit in that final sector, which also gave him the purple in the final sector.
Oh, Cassidy spun.
Nil Sano though. Rackler goes to no. Was that Rackler? I don't know if it was.
Yeah, Rackler was. Yeah, Rackler fifth.
Nil Sano around the final corner. So 3.5 tenths up in the second sector. He was on medium.
Second?
He goes second.
Where on earth has that final sector come from? He's just found 5 tenths from somewhere in that final sector. Brilliant brilliant final sector from Neil Zarno. In the end, Emelike's out on top, Neil Zarno second, JB in third. At least I got one right, eh? Emelike's out on top, 23.6, Neil Zarno 23.910, and JB in third on a 23.9. As you say, I think Michael, very much an underdog performance there in fourth, 24.1. Ahead of Ballboy, fills him up with a lot of confidence. Towards the front end of the field as well, you'd probably imagine the top 5 are going to be trouble-free. The rest of the field could end up in absolute chaos further down, especially Yuri, Umanoid, GTA Gamer not 10 laps further down. Cassidy only getting a 43.1 on the board as well. That would have been outside of the 107% rule in Formula 1, so he wouldn't have been, obviously, he would have been disqualified basically out of the session, and the time would not have been validated. However, on F1, everything is possible. It's Emelike out on top from Neil Zarno in second, 2.5 tenths covering the top 2 with JB in third, Michael F1 in fourth. Actually, Ballboy's time upgraded 1,000th of a second, so 2 thousandths of a second separating Michael and Ballboy in the end. Rackler there in 6th, Edzak in 7th, only a 10th of a second covering them as well. O'Stephen and Zook, only a 10th of a second covering them in 8th and 9th. Leslie there down in 10th, Texrex there in 11th. They've got to be careful to try and avoid that contact early on. Cassidy in 12th, with Yuri in 13th, Umanoid in 14th, and GTA Gamer down in 15th after his qualifying ban. Interesting end to that qualifying session. Emelike out on top, Neil Zarno in 2nd, JB in 3rd. 2 Dutchies, 3 Brits, and 3 Dutchies and 3 Brits within the top 6.
Wait, who's the 3rd Dutchie? I forgot who's in 6th.
Rackler.
Wait, Rackler. Oh yeah, he is Dutch actually.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I'm asking that. Yeah. Well, we could say 2 Denmarks if you want for Ballboy and JB, but obviously they are actually Brit.
They are. Yeah.
But, yeah. You got for some reason the pit lane guys like to just mush into each other. I don't know why. This is what this game has come to at the end of the season. I don't know what's been going on. But before we forget, top 3 predictions, go.
Top 3 predictions. Yuri for the win. right down the back of the field. Emelike second, and for third, Ballboy 57.
Not a bad prediction. I'm gonna say Emil for the win, Yuri for second, and this is a gamble, but as we said, that he is the underdog this race. Michael F1 P3.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I could see that probably happening, especially if there's early contact. You know, around here in Abu Dhabi, there is early contact. Last time I commentated around here, WR Legacy Division, and believe it or not, we had 5 safety cars, in fact, that day within the first 15 laps of the race. Surely FRL F2 can be better than that.
We had about 5. We had to literally restart a race in Baku because of too many safety cars. We didn't complete a single lap of racing in Baku, so we had to restart and do a 25%. So I don't know if I can agree with you on that, unfortunately. But surprisingly, only one driver on the hearth, and that is nonetheless Mr. Cassidy.
Yep, and he is going to get absolutely rewarded by me for that strategy call, because set of mediums are better second half of the race compared to the first, because there's slightly higher temperature. It's now like dusk sort of area here in Abu Dhabi. The hards actually seem to come on around 5-6 laps in, so initially short term he's not going to have that strong setup, he's not going to have those strong tyres. But when he transitions to a set of mediums, if he doesn't make contact with anyone and there's no safety cars and he gets towards, what, lap 17, lap 18, he can come in for a set of mediums. He will be the quickest man out on track if we get no safety cars. But this is F2. We probably will get safety cars. I'm going to predict and gamble that we're going to get a safety car on the exit of turn number 3 on the first lap as Neil Donald's just gone for spin, coming to the left-hand of 14. That definitely would have been a safety car if we were under racing conditions. But Emelike there out on top, Neil Donald in second, JB there in third. David Griffin there in the chat saying Ballboy first, Yuri second, Emelike in third. Not too bad. Bit of a spin up on my prediction. Well done on that. Ben saying as well, Bunty of course, Yuri, Emelike and VIP for the top 3 as well. So seems to be some agreement there. And also R there in the chat saying, good luck Umnoid, can't wait to follow your impeccable style, keep up the great racing. Speaking of which, he's just been disqualified.
What a lovely start for this man then.
And look at Emelike's positioning as well, compared to Neil Darno, front row of the grid, he's more toward the left-hand side. For everyone else now going to go out here in FRL F2, it is round number 11 of the championship, and it is lights on the way we go, and Emelike gets such a good start compared to Neil Zorno, who'll come across on him, but he gets such a good start. He'll lead down in towards turn 1. Neil Zorno in second. And the Haas makes contact there. Michael on the back there of Neil Zorno, very much getting away with that, I think. Ballboy now side by side going around the outside at turn number 3. Everyone's clean through. That is old Stephen round there on the background. Old Stephen solo spin, I think, in the end from old Stephen. Everyone's clean through turn number 3, okay, and we've got 3 wide for the lead. Emelike and Neil Zorno leads away from JB in third. My timing screens are actually glitching slightly. Leslie and Zuka going side by side further down the field. Looks like they got caught up in a separate incident along with Umanoid potentially, but Emelike leads the way. It's about 5/10 gap from Neil Zorno in second. JB in third, and here comes Rackler down the inside of Ballboy, trying to get the job done in towards turn number 6 and 7. Exit of the corner, doesn't want to hang like a cow around the outside like Hulkenberg. Edzak now on the back of Ballboy as well, and they go side by side, maybe even 3 wide down in towards turn 9. Great start by Emelike, leads the way to Zono in second, JB in third, and now we settle down in F2. Edzak cannot get the move done on Ballboy, and Emelike leads by nearly about 8/10 of a second.
Yeah, it was definitely a good start there by Emil. He covered off Neil Sano. Good call by him. I was actually surprised that he went to cover him off. Neil Sano over there runs a bit wide. But Michael, I'm hoping he didn't get any damage, because it did look like a bit of a hard hit on, I want to say it was Neil Sano.
Yeah.
But it may have been JB.
No, you were right. You were right. It was Neil Zorno right on the back of the Alpine. It was similar to Norris Hamilton, turn 1 at Spain, of course, on yesterday even. And Michael just about avoided the contact. He's now behind JB as a result. But, is that Neil Zorno's gone for spin? Neil Zorno's gone for spin, coming out of turn number 2, fully round. He's got a very, very oversteering setup, put it that way. And he is now down from second position all the way down to 10th. And where you need downforce around this track, Neil Zorno, unfortunately, does not have that downforce.
Yeah, but to be fair, this is Abu Dhabi, and you've got quite the long straight, so there is at all no surprise that some people don't go for downforce.
Oh.
But Edzak going to move on board with there for 5th place.
Oh, leaves him short of room. Look at Yuri. Yuri's going to get a beautiful switchback potentially on the back, but Edzak rejoins. But oh, Ballboy coming across, and look at GTA Gamer. GTA Gamer, it's 3 wide down in towards turn number 9. Tries to get the job done, and I think he will. Ballboy back off this. Maybe lose the position to Yuri here as well. And I think Ballboy's just about to get away with it. He might go around the outside actually on GTA Gamer. This is a great battle here in F2. MLEK, JB, Michael still the top 3. R11 4th, but all happening for 5th.
Yeah, I thought Ballboy was about to spin there with VIP, but VIP came out of absolutely nowhere. But Edzak, I think he should have given that position back to Ballboy, as I think Neil Sonn's gone for another spin. But Edzak, I think he should have given that place back, because he was given plenty of room actually, to be honest. And he never gave back, and he went off track, so that could possibly be a report coming from Ballboy. But Emil, he has absolutely ran away with it, as Neil Sonn has another spin.
Ooh! Oh, no,
Emil was spun from the lead! Emil was spun from the lead, and it's now a 1-2 for the Haas team.
Oh, and MLEK, Jesus, Tex-Rex just has to avoid him. MLEK's gone for spin, car killer corner, as I call it, has called out its first victim, and that's MLEK. Nilzono's gone for spin. He may as well retire, come in the pit lane, I think. At this stage, here comes Yuri on the back of Ballboy. Ballboy does not have good straight line speed compared to Yuri. Yuri to the inside line, 65% of EOS, gets the job done, nicely done. By the champion, he is through, and he's into stick and trying to make a mockery out of the field as GTA Gamer, speaking of the other Red Bull, absolutely sails on by Edzak down in towards turn number 9. Easy as you like, the Red Bulls gaining ground.
Yeah, those Red Bulls gaining ground fast with all those mistakes from the drops, but we have our underdog in second, and JB, he's got about 40% battery. Michael, he's got double the battery of what he has, and then you've got Raptor back there with 50%. This is unbelievable from Michael, in my opinion, because Michael runs very wide there. But from the races I've seen from Michael doing, he's been struggling for some good races in his league racing on F1. But today, I think he's going to prove his points to me, and he might be able to win this race on his first race back, which will be unbelievable about. But you never know, there may be no surprise to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised actually. He's approached this race really well so far. Yuri on the back of Edzak into the braking zone. There is another yellow flag, and that is again Neil Zana, who was spun. Take a shot for every time he spins out on track here tonight. Yuri on the back of Edzak down the straight into the left-hander of turn number 6, and Yuri's going to sail on by Edzak. Yuri is the man to watch out for in this race. He's flying through the field. He's thrown, he's into 5th. Michael F1, as you mentioned there, on the back of JB. JB is no mug. He is not going to take this lightly with Michael on the back of him. They're side by side down the chicane as well. MLEK is through on Tex-Rex, so that is job done for him, and he's through and he's into 9th. Going back in towards turn number 9. JB and Michael still run 1-2. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be in the same party with each other, as Cassidy's running side by side with Ballboy coming through the right-hand return, the left-hand return number 9. Big good move if Cassidy can pull this off. Those hards are now beginning to come into play. Ballboy cannot lack in terms of the pace though. Backs off to the inside line. Cassidy gives him room. Ballboy gives him room. They gave each other too much room, and Ballboy's back through as a result.
Yeah, there was a bit of a nudge there by Ballboy, but you know, that's racing there in FRL, I guess you could say. Yeah, it was fine. He did hit him, but I don't think that's done Cassidy any harm. But yeah, those hards clearly already beginning to show pace, but not only has that shown pace, Mr. Yuri, he's beginning to show pace with the fast 27.6 as his teammate. Actually runs a bit wide on the exit of turn 1 there. But Yuri, these two, I want to say VIP, Yuri and Zook, I think those three are always in a party chat with each other. I wonder if there'll be team orders at Red Bull. Normally there isn't, from what I see, but sometimes there can be, and Yuri obviously does also have half his battery left, whilst VIP is already de-racing in the race. But I'm waiting to see if I'm waiting for Michael to make this move for the lead, because honestly, I think once he gets in that clean air, I think he can possibly pull away with the amount of battery he has.
Yeah, it depends really, as I say, on more downforce. If you're the car ahead, you're going to be braking in basically into the slipstream ahead, and basically the thin air that is going to be surrounding the cars out on track. Cassidy and Ballboy are still side by side, by the way. That's a great battle this is going on for 7th position. Ballboy gets the inside line, should get Cassidy, should be job done. Should be. I say that. Cassidy tries to hang around the outside, but it is Bullboy's move again. He's through and he's into 7th. Emelike, though, getting into this race as well. One thing with Emelike as well, if the safety car comes out, this will really, really do him a good favour, I think, out on track. Maybe not so much the front two, because obviously they're both Hasses. As it stands as well, I'm doing the quick maths. Of course, Red Bull were not always. That Rackler's had a huge moment coming out the final corner. Just about catches the curb on the outside. He's got back going again. Oh, Michael spun! Michael spun out of turn number 1! Catches the outside curb, and that is him round. Michael F1. All of that good work has just gone up in flames, and they have to avoid him. Coming to the left-hand of turn number 3, Bullboy. Very, very well done, guys, for avoiding him there. That could have ended up in absolute chaos, and as a result, Emelike all of a sudden has gained 2 for the price of 1, and Cassidy's going to go for the DRS trick on the back of Michael, which he does get.
I don't think that was a DRS trick, because Michael still got the DRS in the end, and so did Cassidy. I think Cassidy may have had to give position back, because he broke very early. Michael almost ran into the back of him, but I know that these two are good mates. They've been teammates many times. I think they've been teammates all the time until Michael stopped racing. Obviously, they're not on the same team now, so they've got to just go at it against each other, but I think Michael, obviously, he'll race Cassidy clean, because those two, I already know, get along very well.
Yeah, definitely. So I think Cassidy wants to, because he's on the side of, oh, GTA Gamer, holy moly, what a recovery that is from GTA Gamer. Snaps the car, coming out of turn 13, recovers it, nearly ends up in the wall, recovers it again, and he's now behind Yuri as a result. That was an individual mistake by GTA Gamer. What I was about to say, until Bullboy and everything kicked off, is Red Bull still have not mathematically won the championship. Cassidy's out of the race, coming through the final corner. That is Tex Rex in, and that's a safety car. And that is genius from Tex Rex.
Is it, though? Because
Yes.
I don't think he'll gain anything because of it.
Free pit stop. He'll gain a free pit stop later on in the race, but he has got front wing damage, so that's not... Yeah, just ignore what I've said.
Yeah, let's ignore James for once, ladies and gentlemen. But this, obviously, Emil, I'd say for Emil and Michael, this is absolutely perfect for these two. Now, the real question is, can the end of the race?
No.
A simple no from James.
No.
I'm not surprised though.
I'll go in depth about it now and say the set of odds, from what I've seen, they can only go 18, 19 laps. We are... what? We're going to have laps on the safety car, don't get me wrong, but the tyre wear is so high around this track, it is going to be difficult for the guys to get on set of hards, especially because we're getting over towards dusk conditions, over towards the sun setting as well. The track is going to evolve to be colder as well. The hards aren't going to work really on cold tyres. So therefore, if you go onto a set of hards now, it might not be the best strategy, but it could work out well if you've got a very good driving style, as JB is in. Rackler is also in. That was very late for him coming in the pits. Yuri and GTA Gamer, however, stay out, and I think that's the best thing to do in this situation.
Emil was in. Michael, I'm sure, would be in as well. Yes, he is. So is Ballboy. Tex Rex gets a 3-second time penalty under safety car. I don't know how you managed that. Oh, Michael, you melon.
I shouldn't have.
It's safety car. Why are you rushing? It's a safety car. There's no need to rush.
He's probably gone like 1 mile an hour over as well.
He probably did, and he had to wait as well a little bit for his teammates. Obviously, Haas.
What? Interesting by Ballboy. Set a medium compound size back on the car. Oh, Michael spun on. He's been reset the track. I've got my head in my hands.
Did he lose his front wing? I think he has.
Let's see. No, he didn't.
No,
unless he's got right side end plate damage.
I think he has left. I think he might have left side.
Right side end plate, yeah.
Yeah. Michael.
What on earth are you doing?
It's a safety car. There's no need to rush.
Oh. But then again, it's the pressure situation, and if you're not with it mentally, and obviously with his spin early on as well, that's probably just knocked his confidence a little bit. I can see why he's done that, but it's so easy to do coming out of that pit lane. You get trigger happy on the throttle anywhere around this track, you're going to end up spinning. I've never seen probably in my whole history of actually commentating on this game cycle on F1 22, somebody spinning, then be reset to track. I think the only other time maybe is the 24 Hours of F1 event, which I covered around here in Abu Dhabi. But Michael, unfortunately, has fallen foul. He's got front wing damage as well. I think he may as well come back in the pit lane. If he's got another set of hards, stick on another set of hards. If not, he is in deep, deep trouble, and he's got to hope for another safety car.
Well, what he could do is he could come back. Obviously, he'll come back into the pits. Ballboy is. I see what Ballboy's doing.
Mandatory too, yeah.
Yeah. He's going to change back to those hards. Michael, though, what he could do. One, he can. What?
He was nearly going to overtake Ballboy in the pit lane now, I think.
I was thinking that as well. But Michael, he can, one, change the front wing, two, serve that 5-second time penalty. He's going to go back on mediums, which I was expecting. But if this safety car stays out again, I say what Michael should do is come straight back to the pits again. If it stays out, get back on those hards and do the best you can until the end of the race.
Yeah. Definitely so. I mean, he's going to be... Oh, he might even be behind Zook here, unfortunately. I think Zook... Is he going to get him? Yeah. Yes, he will. Yeah. Zook is ahead of Michael F1. And what I'm going to say now might live down in FRL history. If Michael F1 wins this race, then it will be the comebacks of all comebacks.
I don't think it beat my comeback in F3.
Remind me again?
5 stops started last, and I won the race. By quite a gap as well.
We could get there. I mean, we haven't had 5 safety cars yet in Abu Dhabi. There's still time.
Yeah. I'm still saying no. Nothing will beat that from me.
Nothing will beat that from you. We'll have to wait and see. What as a positive though? He's on a set of mediums. Everyone's on a set of hards. He should be theoretically the quickest man out there. The safety car is coming in this lap, so that means Yuri and GTA Gamer. Yuri certainly is the virtual Bert Marlander. He's now the virtual safety car championship leader. As it stands, Red Bull will wrap up the championship because they're outscoring. I think it's Alfa Romeo in second. McLaren, sorry, in second.
They already have, I think.
Oh, actually, the McLarens are not even here tonight, so it doesn't even make a difference.
So I'm pretty sure it got announced on Twitter. I'm pretty sure. I think
my math says to me 86 points, and the gap is 78. So I think whoever's done the standings is completely wrong.
Whoever's done the standings got that completely wrong. But they announced it on Twitter. Yuri is gone now, though. VIP was not expect. No, has he gone? He has gone. Yeah, I don't know. I've lost my brain now. I don't know why.
I'll grab it back. Michael's gone for the move on Zook. Zook might have let him through. Oh, and Michael's got way too deep in towards turn 1 on that set of mediums. Nearly cascades into the back Ruminoid as a result. Tex Rex is side by side with Leslie coming out of turn number 3. Now coming in towards turn number 5. Leslie down the inside line, just about to hold the position. The Ferrari goes very deep though on the brakes. Tex Rex is going to get the move though. Beautiful switchback coming out of turn number 5. Oh, and nearly gets collected. That could have been an absolute tragedy. Oh, Stephen now going past him as well. Leslie just losing that bit of speed. There was just a slight bit of contact. I noticed it. And Leslie now tries to go back around the outside of old Stephen, but he is very hard committed, and this is going to end in tears if he's not careful. Ballboy now forced off track as well. Will not need to retain the position either. He might have to, though. It's a legal overtake, I think, for Ballboy. And now it's 3 wide. Oh, Stephen side by side around the outside of Tex Rex. There's 3 wide in the back right. I don't know where to turn. Oh, Stephen around the outside of Tex Rex goes off track. And Neil's on the spawn. And Humanoid's out of the race as well.
That's very unfortunate.
Safety car.
Oh, come on. Michael, quickly, pit again for the hards. Come back in.
Safety car.
This is good. This is good for the Red Bulls if they pit. They can go to the hards and Yuri, what are you doing?
GTA Gamer's in. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yuri, what are you...
That makes sense. They would have...
Hang on. The safety car may not get... Yuri might overtake the safety car, so this may have actually worked.
No, he's fine. Safety car's coming out before.
Wait.
Oh, actually, no!
Oh, he's dead. He's fine. He's fine. Is he?
Or is he? Or is he?
Is he? It must be the Delta. It has to be the Delta. No, he would have been disqualified by now. He's fine. He's fine. He's
But
absolutely fine.
there's no lights on the safety car, and this is unbelievable because JB and Rackler are getting held up here.
Oh.
What on earth is the safety car doing? Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh! Safety car, please move off to one side. Goodness me, Virtual Bowman is an absolute mission here. Oh! Oh my god! It stopped, thank god for that! Yuri's now going to be ahead, potentially, of quite a few drivers compared to what he would have been.
What happened to Michael? He's gone very far back.
Delta?
He's came into the pits, and he's put on the wrong tyres.
He's on an older set.
Tyres.
Oh, the game has put him on the wrong tyres.
Yeah, the game. I think the game put him on. I think he forgot to change it, maybe. But he's got to quickly come back in and put on those hards, which he can do. But yeah, that's not ideal. But Yuri, that's absolute wonders for him because he can come back in and get the hards on, and probably come out ahead of his teammate. Maybe. I hope he chooses to do that.
Yeah,
if he doesn't, then that's stupid.
Yeah, Gap. Oh, and he's no! He's in the wall! Yuri's in the wall! What on earth have I just witnessed? Yuri has locked up on the brakes, coming into the pit lane, and he has broken his front wing into the pits. Good job he's wrapped up the championship, because this would have been absolute tenderhook stuff coming into this week. But Yuri's in the pits. I'll say it now, I'm not often speechless. I am now.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that before, but I've done that on the F1 2020 game when I made my debut season in well, kind of my debut season anyway in FRL. But luckily I didn't lose my front wing.
So unfortunate. Oh, Michael's going back onto a set of hards because he's got no mediums left.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. The hards will get to the end. I doubt the mediums would.
They will. They will. Yuri, goodness me. FRL. I mean, if they do a show reel next season for season 13 of F2, Yuri is now going to be featured on that highlights reel just because of that coming into the pit lane.
Who else but Yuri?
Who else but Yuri? As I say, it's a good job he's already wrapped up the championship. Otherwise, that would have been hell trouble, I think, for the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls at the minute, GTA Gamer, because he's picking up a point at the minute, is enough to wrap up the championship. 78 points is the gap. Obviously, with McLaren's not racing, they could DNF and they could still wrap up the championship.
Yeah.
So, regardless, we can say they are now going to be champions, as Zuka and Nilsana were getting very close for each other there. Very close indeed. I think we'll have the safety car for another lap at least.
Maybe did Zuko overtake him or anything?
No.
VIP's going very
No,
VIP's going close as well. What's going on?
Delta?
What is it? What man he's just hit him? Neil Sonic just hit Zook. What is he doing?
That's got to be a 5-second penalty, surely.
I don't think it will, because it's a bit more fixed on the game. It doesn't give... I think it'll only give him 5 seconds if he absolutely goes into the back
Rams
of
into the back. GTA Game has just nearly done that.
Yeah, what is going on? Why did... Is that way... I haven't checked director's note. I haven't checked director notes. Obviously, sometimes if you cut the white pit entry line, sometimes we make it where you get a penalty. Is that on this week, or...
I will check that now. Give me a second. I've got the director notes. Where are they? There they are. Director notes.
Oh, I think the reason why this is happening is because look at the gap between JB and Rackler.
1.2. So maybe it's Rackler holding everyone up.
It has to be because he's. But I think there's no Steven as well. He's 1.3 off a mil.
I think everyone's trying to get 10 car lengths away from each other. That's what it is. Emelike's doing the same there as well. So they're trying to gap 10 car lengths, basically. They go beyond that 10 car lengths, though. I hope somebody's watching from the stewarding team, because if they're more than 10 car lengths, like I think Rackler is now, just behind JB.
Wanel Sano's the head steward, so he's practically able to see all this happening.
But he can't see that, to be fair, because he's down in 9th.
I think he has the stream on whenever he races.
Which will make sense. It will make sense. Uminoid, by the way, in the chat also saying he spun in front of me, nothing I could do, just getting going as well. Yeah, Uminoid was getting into the race just before that point as the safety car is now coming in this lap. That's a very early safety car withdrawal, actually, coming into the pit lane compared to what I normally see.
Not really. We had that on the last safety car. They came in at this time as well, because obviously this is where Sector 2 ends. What is going on with Zook and what are they doing?
Can they? I wonder if there's a bit of desync maybe between them both.
There must be a desync or something. I feel like.
But look at Amalika. Amalika is trying to hold up. Oh, Stephen, I'm bewildered.
There can't be a desync because if there was a desync,
they wouldn't have hit each other.
Well, they have hit each other, but they would have. But I saw Nilsana braking, so obviously he can see Zook. So
yeah,
I don't know what is going on. Maybe Zook can't see Nilsano. I don't really know, but let's see when JB goes. He's going incredibly slow.
Oh
so
wow!
I think early. He's gone now. I think that's a bit too early, but he's left them. Rackler wasn't asleep, but everyone else was. Yeah.
Yeah, Edzak downwards certainly was. Zook certainly was as well. He might have been sleeping from his exams as well. Yuri on the back of GTA Gamer. The Red Bulls are 10th and 11th at this stage. JB, though, great restart. Really has put Rackler on the back foot. Leslie's going side by side with Ballboy. Just out of camera shot at turn number 3. That was a good move by Ballboy. I regard that. That is through and he's into 6th. Leslie may have a little bit of damage potential in the car. Going very slow compared to Nilsano and Zook. And Zook side by side with them now. The Red Bulls are side by side as well. Tex Rex is the one to watch out for in this as well. And now they're going to go 2 by 2 like Noah's Ark down in towards turn 6 and 7. Zook trying to catch the back of Leslie very quickly indeed. He's closing in. Not going to go for the move. Nilsano switches to the inside line. The Red Bulls are side by side as well and behind. And there is a bollard, I think, gone flying. There was something gone flying. I'm not sure what it was. Looked like the bollard. If that wasn't, it was front wing damage, potentially for Nilsano, or maybe rear damage for somebody. And is it actually GTA Gamer that has lost a bit of front wing? Let's have a look. Coming through turn number 9, somebody's lost a bit of front wing, I think. Just looking at Bordeaux, Nilsano goes for Tech Track, sorry, goes for spin.
No, it's not VIP.
Yeah, no.
Leslie. It must be Leslie.
Oh, Michael's got the left side. Michael has got left side unplayed damage, so it's him.
Oh. How has he done that?
Exit at turn number 7? Oh no, actually it was before. I think maybe he's got caught on the bollard, potentially.
I mean, he may as well continue and just hope for another safety car.
Yeah, he is.
There's nothing else he can do, really. Because if he pits now, he's just wasting a spare medium.
What on earth is Tex Rex doing coming out of turn number 15? He's just snapped the car. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. I don't think it was, but if that was on purpose, I fully applaud that attempt at a very bad donut.
I want to say he might have rear-wing damage, because he did obviously spin.
Oh my word!
He's damage.
Leslie's holding up a right old train there, side by side now down the straight and towards 6 and 7. This is going to end in tears for somebody. Ballboy's ahead of old Stephen in the foreground of shot as well. Zook side by side, hand of rage, and there's contact there from Gamer into the back of Zook, trying to go all the way around the outside. Just about get away with that. Goodness me, the helpful weather today in F2. Yuri's now boxed in, trying to get on the back of Nilsano and Leslie. Leslie's making 2 moves for the price of 1, maybe aggressively on the brakes.
He's lost his front front left end plate. He's gone into the back.
He's gone for, Zook's gone for spin. Oh, and that's a collision.
They've all gone off, and there's been another collision between Yuri and Leslie. What is going on?
Nilsano's lost his front wing!
Oh, goodness.
This race has gone to pot.
And somehow Michael's ended up in 8th after all of this, by losing his front wing.
And he's got left side unplate damage as well. Leslie's letting Yuri through. Fair play, actually. He's letting them through. Leslie's going to go in the pits. Zook got caught up in that as well. I thought he had damage, but he hasn't. He's actually got away with it as Zook. They're in 10th. Leslie, Nilsano, and Tex Rex. Nilsano's trying to overtake Leslie in the pits.
To be fair, Leslie was going incredibly slow.
He was. As I say, he might have, like, as I say, bit of damage, side pod damage or something, right? Rear wing damage, potentially from earlier on in the race. Who knows? Here's Emelike, by the way, on the back of Edzak, absolutely flying on by. In towards turn number, as Tex Rex has spun, coming out turn number 2. Safety cars deployed. Emelike, though, got the move done on Edzak.
Well, Michael and Yuri are saved, because obviously they've lost parts of their front wing. Zook hasn't lost his front wing. Honestly, though, considering this is most likely my last race that I'm commentating, this is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3 laps, don't get me wrong, the first 3 laps I think is the best I think we've seen all season.
Yeah, they were probably good. I had a massive voice crack there. But as we do wait for the safety car to come into the pits, I am going to take a quick pee break.
No worries. No worries at all. JB leads, Rackler second, Emelike there in third, lap 16 out of 29. Out on track here. Are there anybody coming in the pits? Yes, Edzak is. Edzak is into the pit lane. There is also a split, I think, from one of the Mercedes. I think it's Bullboy. Actually, no, both of them are actually staying out. I thought there was a split in the strategy there. GTA Gamer, however, is in the pits. Michael F1 has just picked up a 3-second penalty. That needs removing because that's an absolute joke, because he picked that up coming in the pit lane. So Michael F1 will get that removed, I think, automatically by the stewards. So that 3-second penalty is going to go. Now, regardless, is he going to be on a set of medium compound tyres towards the end of the race here? Fresh set of mediums, yes, there we go. 2-lap all mediums, he'll be fine towards the end of the race. But he's got a front wing change as well, which is why he was up on the jacks there, is Michael. Zook now ahead. Michael's going to get out ahead of Yuri. And actually, no, he's actually got ahead of Zook out of all of that as well. So Edzak, GTA Gamer, Michael F1, Zook and Yuri all into the pit lane. Leslie and Niels are no fortunate, I think, after that incident. They are both now 11th and 12th position. Leslie doing a good job up until that point, just being a little bit of a haphazard, really, out on track with some of the driving. So maybe some of the moves into the braking zones there as well. All of that contact, though, from turn number 6 onwards, spawned from GTA Gamer going into the back of Zook. Zook getting collected on the side of Leslie, then pretty much 3 wide coming out of turn number 7, which is the exit of the chicane. And in the end, all hell quite literally broke loose, and that is what happens when you've got different drivers with different skill sets competing with each other, all in one part of the track, and especially because you're only a second away from each other as well. So difficult to do. Even the F1 guys get it wrong sometimes as well. F1, of course, you can catch tomorrow night at 7 PM UK time. It is going to be myself and Michael F1, I believe, is going to be alongside me in the commentary box. If not, I'm looking for co-commentators tomorrow, and that means on my potentially second last race of the season, maybe second last race ever as well, we are going to see some great racing, of course, with Macho and Name Changer in a championship fight tomorrow night in FRL F1. Hopefully you can tune in for that. If you can't, then I don't blame you, to be honest, because you'll just miss Macho wrapping up the championship. As you are back, I believe.
Yeah, I came back to hearing that Macho's going to easily win the championship.
Rackler, what on earth is he doing?
Yeah,
Coming under...
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. This is a bit of a... There's Stephen as well.
Oh, Stephen as well. Is there a written rule within the rules and regulations that you've got to be within 10 car lengths of the driver ahead or behind? I'm sure there is.
I'm going to check the director's notes to see if there's anything at all, maybe.
I've got them up now.
Anything. It probably doesn't say anything. Commitment. All I see is commitment line.
Yeah. Yeah, just about commitment point. Maybe a deep dive into the rules and regs, I think, for that one.
Must be.
Let's have a look. Where are the rules and regs? It's so difficult, this server. I sometimes forget where they are. But we'll get there eventually. Where's the server gone? There we go. Right, I'll check the rules. Normally, and oh! As Emelike has gone off track, coming in towards 6 and 7, rejoins track ahead of Ballboy. Not sure if he has to give that as an illegal overtake, that'll be the most farcical thing I think I've ever seen. I think he's got away with it though.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I'm kind of just lost for questions right now, to be fair enough, but safety car in this lap. Michael has a penalty. When the heck did he get that?
3 seconds, that was coming in the pit lane. It's the inside curb into the pit lane, pit entry. Yeah, it'll get removed. Automatically, that'll get removed.
I feel like they won't remove it, to be honest.
They have to. It's a glitch.
Thing is, the stewards, like, they don't really remove the warnings. Like, if you're... The only reason they remove it is if you're forced off.
Well, he wasn't forced off, and it's a known glitch in the game, so I wouldn't see why they shouldn't. Really. And if people don't know that that is a glitch in the game, it is, because I've commentated around here before. Other drivers have picked it up and they've got their penalties automatically removed.
JB's going now, and he's...
Good restart.
Yeah, it's a good restart. Rackler was less awake that time. Emil's definitely not awake. What was that?
Michael had a slide, yeah.
Yeah.
Lap 19 out of 29.
Look out for Edzak, VIP, and Yuri though now. Those three are going to be probably the quickest three drivers I reckon now. As you can see, Yuri...
Ooh, GT Gamers side by side with Edzak. Edzak made a mistake, I think, coming out of turn number 3. Sorry to cut you off here, but Edzak, GT Gamers side by side. Oh, leaning on each other slightly. Hardly any contact in that, to be honest. The Alfa Romeo and Red Bull going side by side. However, the Red Bull now trying to catch the back of old Steven. Maybe to either move up in towards 6 and 7. It might be late on the brakes from GTA Gamer. It will be late on the brakes from GTA Gamer. To the inside line, outside line, try and get the switch back. There's a bit of contact, and now Edzak's going to get 2 for the price of 1, surely. Beautiful stuff.
Edzak he's lost the right front.
Oh, Leslie's off.
He's lost the front left end plate, and Leslie's crashed. I don't know how he crashed.
Safety car. Oh, when GTA Gamers ahead of old Steven, that was literally on the exit of the safety car coming out. I think, personally, the Gamer's given it to GTA Gamer. If I was a betting man, I probably would have swapped them round. I think old Steven was ahead of GTA Gamer before that happened.
Well, bad news for Edzak. He's lost his front left end plate. I don't know how he lost it. Maybe it's when he hit VIP out of the exit of turn. Yeah.
Turn 3, maybe.
Yeah, it could have been that. Because obviously they did collide. They did collide. Oh, Steven in the pit lane. Does he have damage, or is he just going to go to the mediums? Which, to be fair, won't be a bad idea.
Softs.
Is that
Softs.
No. Oh my days.
It's softs. It's inspired. They're not getting to the end, however.
They're not getting to the end.
He'll get 2 laps under the safety car. By the end of the lap, the 2 laps under the safety car will be what, lap 23? They wear off. With old Steven's driving style, especially, I think they're gonna wear off. No disrespect from whatsoever. If you're having a very aggressive driving style on a set of soft compounded tyres around here, you will wear them very quickly indeed. It'll be near enough towards 10% a lap.
That's a bit harsh on Steven. But Rackler, he's building a gap again. What? I don't understand why. There's no rules about it.
Pit entry. Behaviour under VSC and safety car. Here we go. Right.
Oh.
Let's see.
Is that in the rule book or?
There's under the safety car VSC or full. Oh, that's about a restart. Any driving unnecessarily slow and blocking other drivers, e.g. being far off the time delta / pack, will be investigated by the stewards. That is a written rule underneath behaviour under virtual safety car and full safety car within the rules and regulations. So if people are doing that, they're in trouble.
I want to say that's for Delta.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no
time
Delta.
Being too far off the pack as well, so actually might be put in the context of being 10 car lengths of the driver behind or ahead.
Yeah,
why not say that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why he's building gaps. Maybe he just wants to be able to get his tires up to temperature. I guess maybe I don't really know, but I'm still questioning why Steven went to softs. To be honest, that's a bad call. If I'm being honest, he was probably best off. He was probably best off staying on track than going on to those softs. If I'm being honest, and what is Zook doing?
Zook is backing off the pack as well. These drivers, if they've been seasoned professionals here in the past, they should know.
They haven't done this once this season. The only time that I've probably seen something really stupid is when Steven so-called said again. Will. Yeah, because I remember in Silverstone, Steven says that he had a wheel issue or controller issue. I can't remember what one it was. He says that there was an issue. He practically stopped on track under a safety car, and it stayed out for an extra lap because of that. So,
yeah.
Yes, but they haven't done this at all, to be honest. I don't know why Rackler's doing this, but okay.
Yeah, it's causing a knock-on effect. Michael, by the way, saying in the chat, saying penalty might get removed, questionable getting a penalty going towards a pit lane. No warnings yet so far afterwards. Yeah, it's a glitch in the game, Michael. Don't worry about that. I will vouch until my deathbed for that to get removed for a 3-second penalty. And Unseen in the comment section. Good evening, Unseen. Hope you're doing very well indeed. He's saying he's a little surprised that the league name has not been changed to SCRL by now. Safety car, speaking of which, SC is into the pit lane this lap around, which means JB is the virtual commander. He's now the virtual safety car. We've had 4 safety cars this race. Are we on for my prediction of 5? I hope so.
I'm sorry, your prediction of 5?
Yes, 5 safety cars, I said.
Oh, and this is the
4th.
Is this 3rd or 4th? Oh god. Guys, please
We're nearly
get
there.
to the end, I beg. I beg.
There's still enough laps in this race as well.
All I'm going to say is I'm definitely not going to be able to do interviews because I haven't even had my tea yet and I still need to make it, so yeah.
I'm going to do the top 3, so you're fine.
Okay.
I need to go at like 9 o'clock because certain program's coming back on. But anyways, the less say about that, the better. JB's gone again. And beautifully again, coming out of turn 15, beautifully done. Brilliant restart by JB, but it's Rackler on the second phase of that restart, coming out the final corner. He's much stronger coming through the final corner, maybe just a little bit of wing difference between them both. And Rackler again, on the back of JB coming through turn number 1, but a beautiful restart by JB, leading the way. He's controlled this race throughout. We haven't really spoke about him this race. He's just been doing his own thing, but here comes Emelike on the back of Rackler. Here we go for the battle for P2 to the inside line at turn number 5, and that is the Williams to the inside line on the Aston Martin. Beautifully done by Emelike. No. He has got the job done. There's a huge carnage further down. Edzak into the back of GTA.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Michael's well gone side by side.
By them all.
He might try and get them all as well. The Red Bull right on the back of these guys as well. 2x2 into towards turn number 6 they go. Very late on the brakes as old Stephen and that to the soft compound tyres. There's more contact between them both. Oh my word, Yuri's very lucky not to get caught up in that. Very, very lucky indeed. And now he's on the back of his own teammate. But look at the front 4. The front 4 are probably going to be the podium sitters. The rest may be ending up in an early grave, I think, from turn 9 here in Abu Dhabi. As now Yuri tries to go all the way around the outside on Edzak. He'll hold the position. Oh, Stephen looking very, very mighty, I've got to say, on that set of softs. He's now coming alive with Neil Zano on the inside line. Just holding off the position through turn 11. But in the end, all of that contact spawned from turn 5, and all of them now, it's almost as if we've got 2 separate races. Michael F1 tried to do the impossible and go around the outside of turn 13. And speaking of impossible, there's Neil Zano trying to go around the outside of Edzak at turn 15. Can he collide with the wall? If not, he got forced off the line, and Neil Zano was through and he's into 7th, and Edzak with that left side end plate damage, he got so close to the wall, I'm not sure if he hit it.
As Ballboy overtakes Rackler into turn 2. Ballboy struggling with the rear there a little bit, but he manages to get it done. But Emil is all over the back of JB, and I am starting to wonder if once Emil is ahead of JB, I think he's going to absolutely run away with it as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. But obviously, will the hards get to the end? Because obviously you said they go about 18 to 20 laps.
They will now. Considering how many safety cars we've had, they will now.
Depends on how much they're pushing on them and how well they manage to save their tyres.
Or Zook side by side with Michael. Michael very late on the brakes. So late, in fact, that he's just absolutely sold Zook another kidney. Emelike on the back of JB in towards the left-hander now. Of turn number 9, around the outside he goes. Emelike trying to go around the outside of JB. They hang on each other slightly. But he's got the traction and he's got the move. Emelike through and he's into the lead of the race. That is how you take commitment around here. I did say he is coming alive at the end of this game cycle, and that just proves it. Beautiful move by Emelike, throwing into the race lead, and by God, I hope we've got him in F1 tomorrow.
I hope we don't. I don't want to race against them.
And look at JB, look at the gap. It's now 9/10 of a second already, and the fastest lap to boot.
He's got to watch tires there, but VIP obviously, VIP Yuri, they're obviously on those mediums. They're going to try hunt him down. But if they're going to hunt him down, they need to stop battling so hard and getting involved in other incidents if they want to actually have a chance. If they get another safety car, then that's definitely going to guarantee those hards getting to the end of the race reckon. But Edzak is holding up both Steven, Michael F1 and Zook. But Zook, he's really off the pace. I don't know if he has any sort of damage. I don't know if he has underfloor, side pod or anything. But Emil has absolutely pulled away. VIP gets ahead of Rackler.
Oh my God!
Can he possibly get it on Ballboy as well? He's done the
lay on the
double.
brakes! Beautiful stuff, go on!
Quite.
Get the move! Go
done
on,
the double.
GTA Gamer! No bias shown in the commentary box here whatsoever from my end. Yuri on the back of Rackler, he's boxed in again!
Here comes York, he's boxed in!
Rackler's trying to go around the outside of Ball Boy. This will be a great move if he can pull this off. Rackler on the outside line, he'll have near enough to come alongside, but in the end, Ball Boy just too strong. A lap pressure tyre is definitely coming into play there.
No, Yuri won't go for it.
No, Yuri doesn't go for it.
They're just boxing him in.
He's the champion. He doesn't need to get boxed in.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't need to get boxed in. But at the same time, we all said before this race in the Discord, someone else win the race, please. And Emil just won't do that.
Yeah, Emil
will get to the end.
Yeah, Emil will definitely get to the end. I mean, he's 2 seconds clear from JB. Michael has gone for a spin coming to the final corner. Not sure if that might be a loss of front wing, and it's a safety car! Safety! Oh my word! This opens up a whole kettle of fish, and if I was Emelike right now, I'd be coming in for a set of softs.
It's 2021 all over again.
Oh no!
Michael, you buffoon!
But that was through turn number 1, so there's the big difference. That was through turn 1. Unfortunately for Latifi, it was out of turn 14.
It was not turn 1 even. It was the final corner, James. Get it right. Get it right.
It wasn't.
He lost it in the final corner.
Yeah, turn 16. Yeah. Exit final corner down the straight, that's what I meant.
You buffoon.
Even the best can get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah, hang on, who said you're the best?
Nobody ever?
Exactly.
Emelike leads the way though, JB in second, GTA Gamer in third. If I was a betting man, honestly, I think we're going to see the top 7 in Stephen Elise, which will be phenomenal if that happens.
I feel like the drivers that are going to stay out is
Medium runners?
VIP, Ballboy, Rackler. I think, honestly, only the top 2 will pit, and Nilsano and Edzak, and Zook and Michael.
Let's see, Emelike stays out! Emelike stays out, and JB's in! JB's in! GTA Gamer stays out, so does Rackler. Yuri stays out. Stephen will definitely stay out.
Yep. Edzak is in, he's going to change that front wing, I'm sure.
JB's just thrown away a podium. JB has just thrown away a podium.
He's thrown it away.
Zook stayed out as well, so he's going to be 7th in a train. If he was 4th or 5th, he would have been lucky, because he could have got through the field, and he could have got through on that set of softs. He's coming from 7th, no DRS as well for the final laps of this race. Is going to make it incredibly difficult. I think JB has utterly ruined himself there.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. Not unless we somehow have. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that it happens. Safety car comes in at the end of this lap, but obviously it won't happen because
it's going to be that one lap.
Yeah, they'll be in the next lap. But Emil, I'm wondering if VIP will even be able to keep up with him though, because Emil has just been so fast there. But he also just had that one error and had his spin in turn 3. But obviously, we still don't know if those hard to get to. I'm sure they will, because of the amount of laps. We've probably done a third of the race under the safety car, so.
Yeah. Whereas Rackler has just put, actually, thanks FRL for putting safety car on reduced. And
yes, he's been complaining about that all season. Just drive clean. It's as simple as that. Just drive clean. Don't make mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, but around a track like this, I could see why he is making that point. I mean, we've had 5 safety cars, which is the maximum you can have in this game. 5 safety cars within this race. In Abu Dhabi, a track which has changed the layout, obviously, should promote overtaking, should promote clean racing. Obviously, we haven't got a field that full of clean racers, and that is a compliment and sort of a criticism at the same time. Because we have got drivers, the likes of Emelike, the likes of Yuri, the likes of JB, the likes of Ballboy, who put themselves heart in, heart out every single week to deliver their best possible performances, and they normally do really well. Stephen can be added to that list as well. But then you get some of the drivers, not going to name names here, but you get some drivers within this season who do not remain that consistent, and unfortunately, it's motorsport. contact is always going to happen. So from Rackler's point of view, the safety car being reduced, I think we tried it in Britain, if I'm not mistaken, for F1, and it worked pretty much around a track like that. And again, what is the similarities between Britain and Abu Dhabi? They've changed a lot in recent years, 2010 I think it was. Promote a lot of overtaking. You normally get good clean racing around there. You should get good clean racing around here. He's got a point. He has actually got a point.
Well, he's been trying to prove that point for literally the whole season in Baku. Everyone was complaining.
Baku! Baku! It should have had a reduced safety car of Baku. God's sake!
Definitely. Because obviously, if you even just lose your front wing, the safety car will come out. Literally, I think it was, I want to say lap 14. I'm pretty sure that's when we had like our 4th safety car, and me, Hulk, and Michael. Hulk wasn't commentating, but he was looking over the race, and we were like, Hulk, we have to red flag this. This is getting ridiculous. We haven't done a single lap of actual racing. We didn't do a single one. And then we red flagged it eventually, and we said, oh, if we get one full safety car in this 25% race, we're just going to cancel the race. And I don't know if I should be scared or happy that we get red flags for next season if they allow it.
Well, red flags is in multiplayer, and I know for fine fact you can put it on off, reduced, standard, or increased.
Yeah. When it goes, because obviously on here, reduced with like safety car, it'll give you less safety cars. Like obviously,
yeah.
If you have it on standard, you have 5. If you have
Emelika's gone.
It's like 3.
Sorry to cut you off.
Gone.
Very good restart as well, but GTA Gamer, those mediums are going to now come into play. He is going to be absolutely flying on that set of mediums. Certainly on this lap around, we've got 2 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. Zook and JB are side by side, down the straight and towards turn 1. Zook made a mistake out the final corner. JB gives him room. Beautiful move around the outside. That is from JB. Zook has just been sold another kidney, and now he's just been sold a move as well by the rest of the field because he's made another mistake. Yuri now side by side with Rackler in toward the left-hand turn number 5. Up the hill slightly. Oh, beautiful switchback. Oh, my word. What a switchback. That is from Yuri. That is class from Yuri. Best switchback I have seen on this game around here in Abu Dhabi. Beautiful move. Rackler is coming back at him, so it's not overdone with yet. If Yuri gets this move, he is through and he's into 3rd. Oh, my God. It takes balls to get that move, and I will literally say it just unfiltered. It takes balls to pull off a move like that, but the switchback he got was absolutely godly.
I mean, my prediction is almost right. If Yuri can just move up one more position, and Michael can somehow find his way up to 3rd, but he's too busy battling the Zook.
Gets the move. Should get the move. Yeah, he does. Nice move.
Oh, the Zook's coming back. No. I think he'll stay behind. Yeah. But VIP, he's not out of it, but at the same time, Emil has more battery, so I think it's kind of over, unless Emil makes a mistake.
Yeah, and in true David Croft fashion, we've got 4.3 miles right the way to the checkered flag. 4.3 kilometres right the way to the checkered flag. JB and Stephen are side by side in towards turn number 1. Beautiful move again from JB. Stephen now is sold out by Ballboy. Ballboy now through and he's into 6th. He's having a consistent race. Edzak trying to come at him. Neil's there's huge collision. Stephen and Edzak didn't deserve that at all. They could have avoided that. In the end, just too close to each other. That's what caused it. Nothing each driver could do. Both of them are blaming it on themselves. There's hardly any blame really involved in that. It was just wrong place, wrong time, I think. And unfortunate for them. JB now side by side with Rackler in towards turn number 6. Trying to get the job done. Switch back to perfection. Ran the outside, Ballboy's getting involved in this as well. Rackler pushes Ballboy off track, realises who it is, and Ballboy's not going to come through, and he's into 5th. But all of this is to let Emelika get through, and he's in the lead of the race from GTA Gamer and Yuri in 2nd and 3rd. Red Bull will wrap up the constructors here tonight. We'll see Emelika now coming through the final couple of corners. Michael's gone round the outside of Neil Zano, I think, coming on the exit, and actually drops him behind, back on him. They side by side, in towards the braking zone again. Michael F1 and Neil Zano side by side still. Great move by Michael, gets the job done. There's contact though. Emelika though, through the final corner, still having to watch a ball. Michael's in the wall. Emelika to the line, wins in Abu Dhabi from GTA Gamer in 2nd. Yuri there in third. Yuri in the end fastest up the race as provisional. Michael, unfortunately, is going to let everyone through. Oh, Stephen's got no front wing. Is he going to do donuts?
I want to say he might do donuts.
He is.
Yeah. I think I know why. I want to say I know why, but I don't know if it is.
Well, it's his birthday coming up, so might be that.
One, it's his birthday, and two, obviously he won't be here next week for my final race, so maybe he's doing donuts for me now. I don't know.
Or he might not be here next season. Longer term.
Don't know. I don't know if he is here next season or not. I'd assume he'd be here to commentate again, maybe.
Yeah. Out of all of that, GTA Gamer gets Driver of the Day awarded by the in-game fans. I think, personally, there's only one man that gets Driver of the Day awarded by the in-game fans in that race, and it's the man he spun. Early on, he was 10th in this race at one point. Early on in the race, that spin must have brought him back completely from the brink. But he takes the race win. Very fortunate with the safety cars. Everyone was fortunate with the safety cars here tonight. But it is Emelike who takes the race win. And I have to say it from last week, it is good to see him on the top step of the podium. Otherwise, you got robbed from Macho.
Can we just DSQ Yori from the championship and give it to Emil?
Could do. Emelike, Emil's nowhere near.
I wouldn't mind. Wait, he's nowhere near?
He's nowhere near. He's not even in. He's not even in the top 5.
Where is he?
He is.
I know he's won. I'm pretty sure he's got one race win already.
Emelike, I believe, was like 11th, 12th, maybe coming into the.
17th.
He's 17th behind old Stephen on 25 points, but he's just got another 25, and he's now within the top 10 of the standings, I believe. Matt.
I mean, considering Ballboy's practically 1 point behind Geist now, if we DSQ Yori, Ballboy can maybe win it.
He could. He could. Emelike, though, takes the race win. GTA Gamer in second, Yuri there in third. It's JB in fourth. He didn't deserve fourth, honestly, after that race. Ballboy in fifth. Rackler, Zook, Nilzano, Edzak, Stephen provisional top 10. Michael, Leslie, Texrex, Umanoid, and Cassidy, the 15 drivers that participated here tonight. God forbid my voice. God forbid I think you've got to go, I think, now in terms... Oh, do you want to save the top 3 interviews?
I mean, considering it's... I've got to go downstairs, put my tea in the oven, so... I don't know.
I'm normally quick with the interviews.
I'll probably stay in the party chat, so I'd say just do them without me, because I doubt I'll be back in time.
No worries. No worries, that is absolutely fine on my end, and I will invite the top 3 into this party that we're in right now. Saves me having to try and find them. But yeah, very interesting race indeed. We'll get off blue screen in just a second. Of course, it is Jeddah, I believe, next week for the final round of the championship. God forbid what we're going to see in F2 around there next week in Jeddah. But we will see if the top 3 guys are available for interviews. I've just got to find one more man, and he is not on my play together. Is he on my friends? Is he on my friends list? I hope he is, because it'll help me quite a lot. He is not. Fantastic. Which means I need to get him in. It's Mr. GTA Gamer. GTA Gamer, I should say, that we are missing. Give me a second. I'll just check his gamer tag. Make sure I'm typing it in right. First and foremost. Pretty much getting it right. I think it's just the VPI VIP GTA bit that I'm getting wrong, but we'll get them in very, very shortly indeed, and we'll get the top 3 in for interviews as well. This should all be on my friends list, so it should be all added now. That means we wait on the top 3 to join us in the party, and as you can tell, my voice absolutely gone after that one. Another one tomorrow night for FRL F1, which should be very interesting indeed. Of course, around here in Abu Dhabi, with that battle still going on between Macho and Name Changer. 28 points, 28 points, I should say. The gap between themselves coming into tonight. Into tomorrow night, I should say. as well. But we can speak to at least 2 of our top 3 who have joined the party. I'm not sure if Emelike, I know Emelike didn't last week for F1, but we will speak to the man in the end who finished in P2 first and foremost, and that is GTA Gamer. And GTA, second position from 15th on the grid. You must have thought in your wildest dreams you would end up in the podium.
Well, yeah, of course I hoped for a lot of safety cars at the beginning, and well, we got those. And yeah, just fought my way through, and then I found myself in P2 hunting down Emil, but my mediums were already high percentage, so it was difficult to really get close to him. But yeah, I'll take P2, to be honest.
Yeah, P2 and 5 safety cars in that race. I think I definitely would take P2 after that race, for sure. Talk us through that race, though, because the safety cars, I think, concerning you fighting out with Yuri, I think, for most of that second half of the race, those safety cars, I think, really helped the Red Bulls certainly thrive, and certainly, as well, officially wrap up the championship, the Constructors' Championship as well.
Yeah, well, of course Yuri is already champion, so the preference was for me this race, so he didn't really attack me, so I could finish a bit higher. But yeah, the safety cars helped us a lot to get as high as we ended now up on the grid.
Yeah, definitely so. And looking through the standings as well, this is your second podium, I believe, of the season. Third in Monaco. Well done on that, by the way, for third in Monaco. Going into the final race of the season, of course, it's Saudi Arabia. Now that focus completely off the constructors, you guys can surely just go out there and have fun.
Well, yeah, Yuri can, but I would love to score some big points to get a bit higher up in the standings. But yeah, it should be great fun. I'm switching to wheel for that track also, so bit of fun, yes.
Bit of fun indeed, and hopefully it's got nothing to do with F123 coming out next week as well, which is why you're switching to the wheel. And I believe as well you're top 5 now in the championship standings ahead of Ivo. So well done on that, and that will mean you're in that fight with Ballboy and Edzak going forward as well, potentially for third position. Go and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Very welcome indeed. I will check if Emelike has joined. I don't believe he has. We can now then speak to the man who finished in P3 after a very, very tetchy qualifying session, Mr. CPR Yuri. And Yuri, in the end, champion already confirmed. It's a good job you were champion coming into tonight, otherwise it could have been a hellish race.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, you know, it wasn't the best race when it comes to consistency for me. Yeah, quali was not good. I lost it, or I think on my first run, I mean, I wanted to do 2 runs to save a set of softs, which in the end I didn't need. On my first run I went to wide, and I had to back off because otherwise track limits, and I know what happens on this track when you run a tiny bit off the line. And the second one I ran into the wall, so yeah, that wasn't the best qualifying session of this season for me.
Yeah, definitely not. And turn 13, I think, was your real downfall, because you got the angle completely wrong. I think on both occasions I was riding on board with your lap. You got it completely wrong, and then just unsettled the car, ended up going off coming through turn 14, nearly ended up in the wall as well, so well done on that recovery. But talking through recovery, you've qualified with P13 in the end. P3 out on track, Red Bull wrapping up the constructors. You must be happy overall with how your season has gone so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think now winning this, or winning a podium, I want to say, yeah, just getting on the podium, I think 9 out of 11 times. So yeah, it's a very good season for me, especially after last season and the beginning of the season, where I didn't expect to be so high up, but I knew Monaco, Miami, Silverstone and Monza were a bit surprising, and also today was a bit surprising because last time I didn't have the best race pace here. So yeah, it was a surprise, but I mean, it has been a very good season, and also wrapping up the constructors. Menno getting some good points to try and score that P3 or P4 or P2, I don't know which position, is very, very nice for the team as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's always good to wrap the constructors with one race to go as well within the championship. Obviously, Saudi Arabia to come. First of all, are you going to be there, obviously, with you being champion? And second of all, what is your focus going on to F1 23? Because I've never heard this from anyone. What's your focus in particular going on to F1 23, given how you're champion in F2?
Well, I think the most important thing for me is probably I'm going to play the game like at 12 what is it, like 1 a.m. or something when it's downloaded, just like for only half an hour or something, or an hour, just to see it. I think I will jump on TT a lot to get the handling right, to get a bit of the feeling, and especially wet weather where I've been struggling a lot, especially Belgium this season where it rained and I ended up P13. So yeah, I think rain is going to be a big rain practice is going to be a big thing for me, but also just enjoying the new game, finally done with this crappy game, and hopefully some good races to come as well.
Yeah, hopefully some good races to come. Obviously Saudi Arabia, that focus next week as well. Congratulations on constructors, congratulations on the Drivers' Championship. You can take it easy, maybe do Fernando Alonso and sit with a deck chair at the side of the track next week in Saudi Arabia as well. Go and enjoy evening.
Thank you very much, and you too, and thank you for commentating.
You are very welcome indeed. Very rare that you get me on a Monday night, but it is very much appreciated. And I think that rounds us up. I'm going to invite a special guest, though, however, into the commentary box, who has been pinging me quite a lot on Discord, so I'm going to get him in just for the sake of it and interview him in terms of his race. Potentially could have been actually on the podium, Mr. Michael F1 on his return to racing action after that donut extravaganza towards the end of the race there as well. We'll get him in very shortly indeed. Apologies if we are on a blue screen. I need to now figure out what his PSN is, and should be able to get him in round about now. There we go, we've invited them in, so he should be joining us very soon indeed. Of course, Saudi Arabia though next week, Jeddah for F1 and indeed for F2. F1, if you are very unfamiliar, is going to be happening tomorrow night as well. 7 PM UK time, the battle goes on between Macho and indeed between Mr. Name Changer in what could be a very, very good battle tomorrow night in Abu Dhabi, where the racing, I'm sure, is going to be fast and furious, and hopefully less than 5 safety cars as well, which would be very nice indeed. Mr. Michael F1, I believe, has now joined us in the commentary box here. Michael, first of all, a race potentially to forget given how you qualified.
Oh, I think I remember why I don't play this anymore. Despite obviously qualifying, which I was very happy for, and then the race pace at the start was pretty much perfect, just buying my time really, and then suddenly the rear went, and that just followed through and through. And it's like coming back from holiday, you go back to work and you're a little bit rusty of what buttons to press, especially in the pit lane, which going through that multiple times. But I have to thank T-Hawk and obviously FRL to let me race tonight, because obviously I would have raced a lot next week, but I'm away next week for my birthday. So yeah, that's why the confusion that James Hand is here and I was obviously racing tonight. Unfortunately it didn't work out for me tonight, but I'm still happy I joined. But I will be in the commentary box tomorrow night, but that will be it from me. Afterwards, because obviously I'm away next week for the last rounds of F2 and F1. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank F2 for having me as your main commentator for the rest of the season, and obviously last season as well. Obviously with me making all mistakes of pronouncing names, all sorts, I was all over the place, but you still had me as your main man as the commentator, and I'm really, really happy that you lot stick by that, and hopefully there will be more in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for having me as your commentator for this season and for this game also.
Well, you are very welcome indeed. Of course, I'm head of comms here in FRL at the minute, and I really appreciate that. I think we don't get many comments, I think, towards the commentators saying you've done really good commentary. People mainly hate me, certainly, for some of the comments I say on commentary, but it's to get the real best, I think, out of drivers, and I hope people do realise that. And you've been an absolute asset this season as well, jumping into F1 for the final few races of the season as well. Much appreciated, because otherwise it would have been me on my own self going through final 5 races of the championship, and you might still even miss that championship fight tomorrow night in F1 as well with Macho Name Changer. Oh, well, not tomorrow night, the week after, if it goes, of course, to the final round in Saudi Arabia. But again, you've been an absolute asset, I think, on behalf of me and certainly Hawk and everyone else in the background. Big thank you to everyone that has been involved this season. I think from a commentary basis, certainly F2, I think this is going to be, unless I'm going to be back next week for F2, this is going to be my final commentary for F2. Potentially in quite a while. You will find out eventually my announcement that is going to be coming very, very soon indeed. Or I could just say it now on stream, if you want to hear it. Say it now. Well, Charlie already knows what it is, so he's already got... And Michael actually knows what it is, so it's really only ruining it for you.
Wait, does he?
He does. I told him last week.
How dare you not tell me before Michael?
Well, I wasn't supposed to... You weren't even here last week.
Coming from you that say, oh, I'm happy to be alongside James for commentators, like, that gave me really high hopes. You think I was watching?
And for that... Yeah, and for that, Charlie's going to get fired as a commentator next season. Be nice knowing you.
I'm not going to be here at all next season.
Exactly, that's why I'm firing you now, so you can jump out early.
Okay, good.
If I have a sneaky race tomorrow, I might just take him out just for revenge. But that's it.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but I will be here for F1 comms tomorrow night, that's for sure.
Fantastic. I couldn't think of anything better, I think. And, yeah, certainly it's going to be really interesting in terms of the racing tomorrow night. I'm going to leave my announcement for now, because I'm going to have to confirm with another person about another announcement that is going to come out, which ties in with my announcement, so I'll ask that tomorrow, and you might hear it tomorrow night on stream if that is the case. But a big thank you to everyone for tuning in for tonight for F2. Quite a few comments coming through there as well towards the end. Big appreciation for everyone that tuned in. If you did enjoy that, like, comment, subscribe, tick the notification bell, of course, if you're brand new to the channel. I mean, at least we got around 6 or 7 laps without hardly any contact and some really good overtaking, which I think for F2 standards is very, very positive indeed, and hopefully that can be translated into Jeddah next week. God forbid we're going to see another 5 safety cars, I think, for F2 next week. But we will see what is going to happen. A big thank you to everyone that has participated this season. If this is my final time for F2 this season, big thank you to everyone that has participated. Congratulations to Yuri on wrapping up the championship. Congratulations to Red Bull on the constructors as well. I could go on and on about thanking everyone, but I'm not. I'm going to spare you the blushes, and I'm going to sign off from about now. So, from myself and from Charlie and from everyone here in the commentary box, a big thank you, and we will see you tomorrow night, 7 PM UK time, and potentially the championship finale between Macho and Name Changer. 28 points separating coming into tomorrow night. If that is not, and hopefully Name Changer outscores Macho, it will go down to the final race. So be tuned in, because you do not want to miss the action tomorrow. Big thank you to everyone that tuned in. And we're going to end off here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.